Welcome to part 4 of our video series. This time I'd like to introduce you to the LeadControl24 mobile app. The app works on both Android and iOS devices. Let's start with the login. If you don't have an account yet, you can register a new one directly in the app. If you're currently offline, you can also skip the login. In that case, you'll have access to the last downloaded configuration. We built this feature to make sure the app still works, even when there's no internet connection at the trade fair. If you haven't downloaded any events yet, the list will be empty. To get your active events, just tap the Refresh Event List button. After refreshing, you'll see all active events in the configured languages. Here, for example, we have Bike 2025 available in both English and German. You might wonder why we offer different languages. It's simply more convenient for the interviewer to use the questionnaire in the visitor's language. Right now we have a visitor from Canada, so let's select Bike 2025 English. We always start with the general page. This page is mandatory for every event and will always be included in the form. The first box asks the visitor to consent to data storage. If the visitor does not agree, you should stop filling out the questionnaire, and if needed, use a piece of paper instead. Next, we ask if the visitor agrees to receive a follow-up email. If they decline, you should simply activate the checkbox to indicate that no email should be sent. After that, you'll find the section to manually enter contact information. This is actually just a fallback option in case the automatic method isn't available, so it's optional. At the top, you'll notice a camera icon. Let's tap on it so I can show you how to capture contact information in a more automated way. In this section, we can capture the personal lead data by using the mobile app's camera. The first option is to take photos of one or more business cards that the visitor gives us. Simply press the Take a Photo button and take a picture of the front side of the business card. Then you can take a photo of the back side. This is optional and can be skipped if there's no info on it. After that, you'll see thumbnails of the captured business cards. If there are multiple visitors from the same company, you can also capture additional business cards right from here. Now let's go back to the form. The next more modern approach is to capture a QR code. These QR codes are often printed directly on business cards. Let's simulate capturing a QR code. By pressing the Search QR Code button, the camera will open and automatically try to detect a valid QR code. Once the data is successfully read from the code, you'll be taken directly to the data view. Here you can check if everything was captured correctly by tapping the Show Data button. Now let's go back to the capture view. Another approach is to integrate batch scanning systems. We aim to support common providers like Scan2Lead, Cvent Lead Capture, Add Event, or iCapture through standardized interfaces. This will allow leads to be captured easily and securely using QR or barcode scans. Let's take Scan2Lead as an example. Here you can also use the camera to scan the specific QR or barcode provided on the visitor's badge. Once it's detected, you'll be taken to the data view, where you can review and confirm the collected information. Also in this view, you can simply take photos of objects. Sometimes visitors bring documents, product samples, or printed materials to the booth that you may want to attach to the lead. Or maybe you draw sketches yourself on paper during the conversation. Those can also be captured and saved with the lead. For this purpose, you can use the option Take Photos. Just press Take a Photo and capture the object. You can also add multiple photos if needed. Now let's go back to the general view. If there's no business card or QR code available, you can still capture the address and visitor data manually. To do this, select Manually Add Contact Information. First, you can enter the company or individual address of the visitor. When you scroll down, you'll find fields to add the visitor's personal details. At the bottom, you also have the option to add more visitors, in case multiple people from the same company are visiting your booth. Here you can see a filled-in example, and now I'll go ahead and add one more visitor. The next box is used to select the email language of the visitor. In this first version, we provide 2 different languages. Typically, you'll choose the local language of the trade fair's country and 1 international language, usually English. Scrolling down, you'll see the last 2 boxes on the general page. The first is the responsible event staff. That's the person who collects the data. So in most cases, it's yourself, since you're doing the interview. In the production version, your name will be pre-filled here, but you're free to select someone else from the list if needed. The second is the responsible salesperson, the person who will take care of this visitor after the event. If that's not clear yet, you can leave it empty for now, and the back office can assign the right person later. That's all for the general page. Let's move on to the customized questionnaires. At the bottom, you can see the configured pages. This configuration was created in parts 1 to 3 of this video series. In our example, we have a page for common questions, one for the visitor's interests, and another for the expected sales actions. Let's start with the common page. Here, we ask for the contact type. This is a good example of using radio buttons where the user can select only one option. Next is the interest page. Here we have 2 boxes, one for the products the visitor is interested in and one for the services. This is an example of using checkboxes where you can select multiple answers. The last one is the action page. This is one of the most important parts. We ask the visitor what they expect as the next step. The second box here is an example of a text entry field. In this case, you can enter comments or details related to the expected sales action. That's it for our lead capture example. Now let's press the complete button. This will first check if all mandatory fields have been filled out. As you can see, we still need to add a next action, because that field was set as mandatory. Let's select an option and press complete again. Now you can see that we've collected 5 leads from English-speaking visitors and 8 leads from German-speaking visitors. All leads can be collected offline, without an internet connection. But once we have a stable connection, we can upload the collected leads at any time. We recommend doing this regularly because once the leads are uploaded, the back office team can immediately begin with validation and processing. Let's upload the leads now by pressing the Upload Leads button. The leads are sent to the server right away. After that, we see 0 leads left to upload and we're ready to continue capturing new ones. That was the full workflow of the LeadControl24 mobile app, available for both Android and iOS. It works smoothly on smartphones and tablets alike. That's it for part 4 of our video series. Let's continue with part 5.